As more and more people are looking to move to Serbia, one of the common questions that we get is that what is it like driving in Serbia as a foreigner? What do I need? And am I able to register a car, or what is the process of either purchasing a car here in Serbia, either a new or used, or even bringing your own car in from another country? And today, that's what we're going to talk to you about. Now, as I dive into this topic, again, this information that I'm providing is current as of now. It's not going to be forever. You never know what rules and regulations change with the legislation in Serbia. And that's one of the reasons a lot of people come and work with us, is because we, as a team at Relocation Serbia, we help, stay on top of all these rules and regulations that are consistently changing, whether it's when it comes to obtaining citizenship through descent, is it by registering your car, is it through opening a bank account, whatever it might be. That's something that we do here at Relocation Serbia, but a lot of the people that come here from other countries, they want to know how to get around. In Serbia, you really don't need to have a car in the bigger cities. Everything's pretty walkable. The public transportation is very accessible and very affordable in that sense as well. But if you're coming from the West, you are usually used to having a car, jumping in your car and going to your location that you need to get to. And so either coming into Serbia and renting a car, or purchasing a car here, or even bringing your own, a lot of foreigners want to know, am I able to drive in Serbia as a foreigner? And the simple answer is yes, you are able to come to Serbia. Now, it all depends on what kind of license you have as well. If you have a learner's license in your home country, that's going to be a little bit different. But if you have a full license in your home country and you have no restrictions on it, it's not been suspended, or it's not a fake ID, you are able to come here into Serbia and use that license here in Serbia. Now, one of the things that I would highly recommend that you get is perhaps an international driver's license. That is not per se needed in Serbia, but if you're looking to drive outside of Serbia into some of the EU countries, you may or may not be asked for these for an international driver's permit. And it all depends on the border guard that you're working with at that time of the day. Did he wake up on the wrong side of the bed? What kind of mood is he in? And it's better looking at it than for it. And so I would highly recommend that a lot of people that are looking to drive in Serbia obtain an international driver's permit before they come to Serbia and have that in hand. I believe it's about $75 to obtain one, and they're good for about a year. It's not something that you need to actually go through a whole testing procedure. It's simply show your current driver's license, get a picture taken, they stamp it, and you get it right on the spot. That's something that is very easy to get. Of course, you want to have something that is at least in English, and that is easy to read in Latin script. So English and Serbian is the best ones to have. If you have a driver's license that is in a different language and not in English or Serbian, it would be highly recommended that you get a translated document and have that legalized. If you're staying here for a long time in Serbia, for I believe it's more than 6 months, you are required to get your driver's license changed to an actual Serbian one. And there are processes to having that done as well, and that's something that we can facilitate at Relocation Serbia as well. The process is basically just a bunch of paperwork. You might need some translations done, and you can't just use any translator as well. And depending on your current condition, you may be required to have a driving test as well. Now, what are some of the road rules and etiquette when it comes to driving in Serbia? Well, that depends on who you ask. Now, here in Serbia, we do drive on the right side of the road. We do not drive on the left side of the road. Seat belts are mandatory for all passengers. There is a zero tolerance for drinking and driving here in Serbia as a foreigner. So make sure that you do not get caught drinking and driving. And the speed limits on average, depending on who you ask, you're going to come to Serbia and see that some of these rules don't apply, but, I'm going to give you the information that should keep you in safe hands. In the cities, the driving speed is about 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. On regional roads, it's about 80 kilometers an hour. And on the main highways, it's about 120 to 130 kilometers an hour. Now, you're going to see people here in Serbia that drive way faster than that. And I'm talking like those speed limits that I just gave you are the starting point, right? Those are the lower base for some of the individuals that live here in Serbia. But, I'm trying to keep you in safe hands, trying to keep your nose clean. And so if you can follow those speed limits, and they're posted very clearly on a lot of the roads. And if you don't know, usually just keep with the flow of traffic, which is a common practice throughout the world. Some of the things that you may want to know and maybe brush up on is to learn a little bit of Serbian before you come here, either the Latin script or the Cyrillic script, because you do not have the signs on the road in English at all. You'll have them in Cyrillic or in Latin text. So that's something that you're going to want to maybe brush up on, or at least have some sort of GPS if you're looking to travel around here that is loaded with current Serbian maps so that you can get around in Serbia as you should. One of the apps that I actually highly recommend is called Waze. That one is really good. It's actually, very interactive, and people can update when there's traffic problems on the roads, and it's actually updated also through Google as well. So Waze is a very good platform for you to use here in Serbia. Now, when it comes to registering a car in Serbia, there is a couple steps, regardless if it's a new or used car. You're going to have to obtain proof of ownership or a sales contract of that car that you just purchased or that you're bringing into Serbia. You're going to have to get insurance here in Serbia. That's mandatory. Here in Serbia, the insurance is based on the size of the engine that you have. So if you're bringing in a car here with a V8 engine here, you're going to pay a lot more than if you're going to have something here with a 4-cylinder small engine. Also, if it's a hybrid, gas or diesel, all those things come into play, and the insurance company makes that determination as to what your rate is when it comes to insurance. One of the other things that we have here in Serbia that we do not have in the West, especially in North America, is we have a technical inspection to deem the car roadworthiness on a yearly basis. So you have to take your car in every year to a mechanic. He will do a once over of your car and tell you what's wrong with your car and get that those repairs done in order to get you that technical inspection pass, and so that you're able to obtain the next year's permit for your car. And then, of course, the final step of getting this done or your car registered in Serbia is a visit to the local police station with all the documents for registration. And then there's a couple other documents that I did not mention that you will need. However, that is something we, like I just mentioned, can facilitate here at Relocation Serbia with our professionals. Now, when it comes to a technical inspection, there's a cost associated with that, which, depending on what your car is, you're going to be looking at, about 300 euros per year, should I say, depending on what your car is. It could be lower, it could be higher. I can't say these, that's just a ballpark. Your insurance is going to be, depending on this year, type of car, again, anywhere between 500 to 1,000 euros on a yearly basis. Registration fees are minimal. And so you also have an eco tax that is for older vehicles, which if you're bringing a vehicle in from overseas, I'm assuming it's a newer vehicle or you wouldn't be bothered with bringing something over. Now, some tips for foreign drivers is that they carry required the documents for driving their car. So make sure you have your driver's license and your international driver's license with you. Have your insurance and have your registration papers. These are just simple, things that you should have regardless if you're in Serbia or not. But there are some people that don't want to follow the rules. But here in Serbia, you can get pulled over by the cops for a random check. And they do not have to have probable cause. They can pull you over and simply say, hey, I just want to make sure that you have your insurance. I want to make sure you have your registration paper. I want to make sure you have what you need. And there's no ifs, buts, or maybes. You're going to turn the corner and cops right there. He's going to pull you in and, c'est la vie. The other thing you're going to have to watch for coming into Serbia is watch for toll roads. On the main highway, we do have tolls, and so the tolls are from the distance that you travel on that highway, which again is quite reasonable. For instance, if you're going from Belgrade to Novi Sad, the toll on that one is about 450 dinars, which is in reality a couple dollars for one way. And so they're not that much. And on those highways that you pay those tolls is typically where you have the higher speed limits. When you are driving on the rural roads out in the countries, make sure that you are vigilant. All right, we have very narrow roads here in Serbia when it comes to the countryside, and they're very windy. And so sometimes, depending on where you are lucky if you can even get two vehicles to go past each other. You might have to just pull over, or the other individual pull over so that the other can pass, and then you continue on, or they continue on. So make sure for that, regardless of if you are in a new area or an older area here in Serbia, that's just simply how the roads are. The cars are a lot smaller here as well. Could be for that reason, I don't know, but it's something to pay attention to. And I encourage all you viewers to explore Serbia when you do come here, regardless if you're bringing in a car here from outside of the country or you're coming to visit Serbia. There's a lot of great places, and some of the places that we mentioned are in our tour guide that we have available for people that are looking to visit Serbia. We have a variety of tourist attractions, things to look out for, things that you can, places that you can stay at, like accommodations, car rental places, if that's something that you're looking to do, and a lot of the main attractions here in Serbia, and even outside of Serbia, if that's something that you're looking to do. Now, I hope that you got some value out of this video. I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to this video and this channel, and hit that bell icon so that you are notified when I drop more videos. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.